Hello and welcome to Pilates Beginners Session 3. This is designed for those people that have already done my Pilates sessions 1 and 2 to learn the basics and foundations. So today we're going to take it a little bit further up. Okay, so join me on your mats now, lying on your backs in a supine position for our warm up. So just make sure that your legs are out in front of you, hip distance. Toes slightly out to the sides from your hips. The head and shoulders on the floor, your palms facing up from your shoulder, external rotation. And we're closing our eyes for a moment. And just bring your chin to your chest slightly so you're squeezing an imaginary plum in between your chin and chest, and the back of your neck is long. We breathe into the nose and we exhale through the mouth. And just try and relax and release any tension in the body. Allow the ground to come up to collect you as we now focus on that lateral breath. Breathing into the nose and into the sides of the rib cage, and exhaling, pulling your belly in towards your spine. And as you breathe in, I want you to imagine a heavy slab of cement on your chest, so that the air can't go down into the belly. It has to spill around the sides of the plate into the back of your rib cage, into your back. So on your next inhale, we'll bring in some movement. We're going to inhale, elevate the arms over your head, and we point our toes. We exhale and we flex our heels away from us as we bring those arms down with control. Breathing in, point the toes, and we slow down the arm movement so that we gauge it. So when you exhale, you bring the arms down and your arms never stop moving. Breathing in. Exhale. So the breath leads your movement. Let's do that one more time. And if you can get this, you're really getting there, yeah? This is the whole point of the breath. It leads the movement. Now we'll bring our arms up to shoulder height, shoulder width, palms facing in. Let's practice shoulder stabilization, another key principle of Pilates. We breathe in and we reach our fingertips up to the ceiling so your shoulders round. Now keep the length in the fingers. On your exhale, draw those shoulder blades together and down into that soft V in the base of your spine. Breathing in, reach up. Exhale, draw the blades back into those back pockets. One more time, we breathe in, reach nice and tall, and we exhale, shoulder scapular stabilization. Beautiful. Okay, let's bring the arms down by your sides. We're now going to bring in our right leg. I'm going to put our hand around our shin. If that feels uncomfortable, you can always go underneath the hamstring, otherwise shin. And we flex the left heel actively away from you. So we're stretching out your left hip flexor. Keep that chin to the chest slightly, so you're looking at your knees. And I want you to put your right hand on that knee, left hand on the hip bone, and we're just going to come into some hip rotation here, hip circles. Breathing in, breathing out. And what I want you to do here is keep your belly slightly pulled in and try and keep those sit bones stuck in the floor. Let's go in another direction. And remember the breath. One full circle, one full inhale and exhale. So we don't rush it. Get the biggest circle, but keep that left bottom cheek on the floor. Now, yeah, good. Let's take that leg up to the ceiling and put the hands behind the hamstring. Okay, so this is a bit challenging. You can always get a band if you want to, or a towel, wrap it around that leg. Yeah, but try and straighten it as much as you can. Don't worry if you're here, okay? This is where we practice. We're flexing that left heel actively away still. We're relaxing the shoulders, keep them down. And let's come into ankle rotation. So now we're doing the ankle joint. Again, we slow it down and we get the biggest circle we can. Let's go the other direction. So we visualize drawing a circle with that big toe, and that increases the range. And we hold it and we drive the heat up now. Beautiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to exhale through the mouth, Pull the belly in. I want you to bring your chin to your chest to collect that palm a little bit more now. Ribs pull down to the hip bones. And we're bringing that knee in towards our nose. Don't worry about where your leg is. Shoulders down away from your ears. So shoulder stabilization here. Squeezing the throat, and we can look sort of down. We don't want to flex the neck too much, but we don't want to look up either. Yeah, so we're lifting up through the rib to the hip connection. Belly in and down. Can you pull that leg in a bit more? And let's slowly now take the head and shoulders, and the leg can slide away. Let's bring the left leg up, and we put the hands around that shin or underneath the hamstring, and drive your right thigh actively away by flexing the heel. Chin to chest. So many things to think about here. You've got to think about your body, how it's feeling. Breathing into the rib cage. And keeping a belt around your waist, just about 2 notches out of 10 notches on that belt. Now let's put the left hand on the knee, the right hand on the hip. We're going to come into those circles, breathing in, breathing out, and trying to keep both sit bones stuck in the floor. So we don't want to be doing this, yeah, we're coming off the mat. Yeah, pull that belly in. So you're working your lower abdominals without even realizing it. And let's go the other direction. Yeah, you can flex the right heel actively away to keep that leg long, because that's going to want to kink up now. We're opening up the hips. Nice, okay. So let's elevate that leg. I'm tight this morning. Yeah, we get tight if we do some things like running or cycling or sitting a lot. So we just have to keep stretching every day. Okay, so now we're going to come into ankle rotations, and we can look at the toe and we draw that circle. Imagine a paintbrush in between the big toe and the second toe. The direction. Don't forget the breath. And try and straighten that leg. You can always just stay here if you prefer. Otherwise, squeeze the throat muscle, rib to hip, as well as the chin to the chest. And we pull ourselves up, and we'll start to do this. And I want to draw those shoulder blades into that soft feet. Yeah, keep driving that right heel actively away. That's going to want to kink up if you're tight in those hip flexors. And you can pull that leg in towards you. Yeah, we don't want to start doing this here because we're creating tension in the neck and the shoulders. I want it here. Rib to hip, belly in, squeeze the throat muscle gently. And keep driving that right heel actively away. And slowly now bend that knee and take that leg away from you. Take a full deep inhale as we take both arms over the head now. Draw the shoulder blades back into that soffy. So take the arms into wide if you need to, if you find it over the head too challenging. Yeah. Now just be aware of how your lower back now arches off the mat. Yeah. So what I want you to do now is bring your lowest ribs down towards your hip bones by pulling the belly in, and just pull the blinds down, rib to hip. Then you do that, you'll feel the lower back lengthening a bit more. You can always tuck the tail under a little bit as well, because by tucking that coccyx underneath your bottom, yeah, now the lower back hits the more. Now, are you feeling the stretch in the chest more now? Yeah, because now we're taking out the lower back, and it's got to go somewhere. Yeah, now we're feeling a stretch in the chest, hopefully. Keep that rib to hip connection, putting the belly in, and that's called the imprint, and we need that, yes, for what we're going to be doing in this position. So let's bring our arms down by our sides, and we're going to bring our legs in towards us. Now, today we're going to do toy soldier, okay? And this is all about being like a puppet on a string. So first of all, we're going to practice the arms. And I think it was in session 2, I showed you about how you elevate the arm, not from the neck and the shoulder, from the trapezius. We do it from here. So if you put your left hand on underneath your right armpit, here, the lats, the lat muscles, yeah? When you elevate the arm on your inhale, you'll feel that muscle working, yeah? And as you exhale, you bring it down, you're going to squeeze that muscle. Can you feel it working? The shoulder doesn't lift up. This muscle goes to the outer armpit, and then you squeeze it as you bring it down, yeah? Let's do that one more time. Breathing in, keep the shoulder down, exhale, yeah? The shoulder shouldn't lift. Let's try the other side, yeah? And I want you to imagine a cable from your elbow to that armpit, to that lat muscle.
yeah? So when you elevate the arm, I want you to yank from that armpit muscle, squeeze it as you bring it down, yeah? Imagine a cable from the elbow to the lat, and like a puppet, we're gonna bring it down, yeah? Let's try both. Breathing in, keep the shoulders down, use those lat muscles. Now exhale, squeeze those lat muscles as you bring the arms down, yeah? Hopefully you felt that. Okay, now we're gonna do the legs. Okay, so starting off, we're gonna do one leg to start with. So what I want you to do is bring your right knee to tabletop, right knee over right hip, shin parallel to the floor, and I want a strong lever. Coffee table under those calves, don't drop the leg. It's strong from the toe to the hip. The left arm is up now at shoulder height. Everything else is on the floor. Now I want you to tap your right toe and elevate your arm over your head. Think about the cable from the belly to the knee. Yeah, you yank that up and you squeeze your armpit muscle to come back to the center. Breathing in. Let the cables become slack. Now tighten up the cables, both armpit and belly. Pull them in and squeeze your lats. Can you feel those muscles working? The core muscle working. Abs in, pull that knee back in like a drawbridge. One more time. The hip flexors not working and the neck and shoulders aren't working. It's the lats and the abs. Let's do the other side. Left leg comes up. Shin parallel to the floor. I want a strong lever. Don't come too far in. Remember, knee over hip. You'll feel the abdominals working here. Right arm comes up. Shoulder blades into that soft V. Inhale. Exhale. Pull in from your abs and your lats. Visualize those cables. Yank from the lats and the abs to bring everything back. Inhale, tap. Exhale, pull back up. The neck and shoulders are relaxed. Beautiful, well done. So let's leave the arms on the floor now. We're going to bring our legs to tabletop. Now remember, rib to hip connection. All right, the lower back. There's a little grape underneath your lower back. We don't want to crush it, but we don't want it to roll out either. So hold it there. Rib to hip. Bring one leg up on your exhale. Now on your next exhale, pull the belly in. We draw that leg up like a lever. Left leg. Arms by the sides. Now, inhale, tap the right toe to the floor. That cable is slack. We're going to tighten up like a drawbridge. We're going to bring that leg back up. The other leg does not move at all. Pull. Yeah, relax the neck and the shoulders. The chin slightly tucked into the chest. So we're looking at those knees. Now, if you're feeling a popping sensation in your back, yeah, the grate has run out. The belly's lifting, stick to the single leg. Yeah, we'll do one more on each side. Yeah. So if you're not there yet, don't worry. Yeah, rib to hip, everyone, rib to hip. Bring them closer together and bring your knees into your chest and do your lumbar circle rolls. All right. So let's go the other direction with those circles. Try and lift that bottom off the floor. We're going to bring the arms into it now. So you can either, if you found that your lower back was arching and popping up there, and it was going into your back, then stick to the single side. Single, yeah. When I say single, I mean left leg, right arm. 4 on that side, and then you drop, and then you'll do right leg and left arm. All right, and it's difficult, I know, to gauge it if you haven't got a mirror nearby, but just try and keep that knee over the hip and the arm here. Otherwise, see if you can bring that imprint back. If you want to, thumbs on your lowest ribs, index fingers on your hip bones. Get those 2 points closer together. Exhale, bring both legs up. Now let's bring the arms up. Draw those blades back into that soft V. Look at your knees. Now, the one arm, the left arm and the right knee will not move. You inhale as you tap the left toe, the right arm over the head. Armpit muscle and abs drive back in. Same side. Option, take that right leg and the left arm down to the floor. Nothing else should move. Your abs, your transverse abdominis here is working hard. Other side now. Other arm and leg. Use your lats to pull up that arm. Use your belly button to pull that knee back into the center. Oh, I've done the wrong leg. Inhale, exhale. Well done. Bring your knees into your chest and go from side to side. Now, it's very challenging. Do not worry if you're finding that your other arm is moving and this is concentration. This is all about mental strength here, mental concentration, okay, precision. That is what Pilates is all about. Okay, so practice, practice, practice. Yeah, start with just the legs if you want to, making sure that when you come into your tabletop, one toe goes down to the floor and it pulls up and the other leg does not move. Just practice that, yes? And then you can practice just your arms, one and the other, yeah? One and the other from here. If you want to take it even further, we're now going to come into a position where we're going to bring both legs up again. We're going to bring our arms up. And instead of tapping the toe to the floor close to the bottom, which makes it easier, you can now take it out at an angle. So draw the blades back, squeeze the throat muscle gently. We inhale as we take one arm, one leg out at an angle. The higher, the easier. And you pull back in. So it's just like extending from the lower limb, yeah? You stretch the leg and you pull in. The other arm and leg should not move. So you can keep high with that leg and just extend the leg. Just extend it. Yeah, otherwise, longer lever, you go all the way out, yeah? I inhale out and I like to exhale to pull in, but you may want to exhale out and inhale back in. Your choice, but remember, when you need to do the next breath, that's when you move, yeah? So when you need to breathe one way, you hold it until you need to breathe out the other way. Well done. And bring those legs in. Let's take those legs to the floor and take the arms out to the side. Let's just take both legs over to one side as we look in the opposite direction, looking down and out. Then stretching the lower back. So the toy soldier is a really great exercise. It's not one of the classic exercises in Joseph Pilates' range and flow, but it's really, really good. Okay, now pull the belly button in to bring yourself up, and let's go over to the other side. It's mainly working the transverse abdominis muscle, the muscle that wraps around the spine and keeps that pelvis level, or one of the muscles that keeps that pelvis level. Let's pull that belly in. We're now going to work on another muscle that really works our pelvis or helps supports it, and that's the glutes. We're going to come into spine mobility, okay, and we're going to stretch out the hip flexors and come into shoulder bridge. So let's bring those arms down by your side. You've hopefully been practicing this. Remember that little pocket of air between the lower back and the floor. That's okay when our legs are on the floor. That's our neutral spine. But on our exhale, I want you to tuck the tail under. Yeah, the pubic bone is now higher than the belly. The marble is coming towards the belly. Squeeze the glutes, push the feet into the floor equally, and peel that spine off the floor, hoisting those hips up. Yeah, but not too high that it goes into your lower back. It should be bottom. Breathing in at the top, nice and relax the neck and the shoulders. On your exhale, we bring the upper back down first, then the middle back. Pull that belly in to round through the spine. And then we flick up to neutral spine. So I'm going to tuck my top in so you can see the spine and how it articulates. Let's go again. We exhale, we tuck the tail under. I'm going to move my arm out of the way so you can see. Squeeze your glutes. And we peel the spine sequentially off the floor. Now relax the neck and shoulders. Make sure all 5 toes are planted into the floor. Lift a little bit high with your bottom. Now here we can really think about our pelvic floor muscle. So see if you're going to keep breathing into your rib cage here, and I want you to think about lifting up the pelvic floor. Ladies, stopping the P mid-flow. Gentlemen, icy water coming up those legs. So internal muscle lifted up, and you bring your sternum, your chest bone down to meet it. Yeah, rib to hip, but even sternum to pelvic floor. And now we're increasing the range of our core muscle activity. Yeah. So the thigh muscles are wrapped around the bones, the glutes, yeah, we're clenching those buttocks together like you're cracking a couple of walnuts in those butt cheeks. The ribs and hips are closer together, and the sternum is pulling down and meeting the pelvic floor. So imagine a zip from your pubic bone up to your belly internally. Zip up. Keep breathing. Yeah. Now we're engaging the core. All of it. Take another deep inhale at the top, and you go a bit higher because the bridge will naturally drop without you even realizing. Now on your exhale, we keep the hips up as much as we can. Pull the belly in and bring the upper back down first. Pull the belly in, rounding through that middle back, lower back, and flick the tail up at the end. Well done. Okay, so they're the muscles. You shouldn't be thinking of anything else now apart from you and your body. Let's go again. Exhale, tuck the tail under, your lower back hits the mat. Yeah, the marble is coming down towards the belly. Yeah, remember that diamond analogy? And we lift those hips up. Yeah, now we're going to bring those arms up to that shoulder height again, shoulder width. Our toy soldier, yeah? So we're just going to inhale, we take the right arm overhead, and let's engage our lats as well now. Squeeze that lat muscle and come back. Let's do the same with the left. Now concentrate. Hug your thigh muscles around your bones. Lift up your pelvic floor. Pull your belly in and bring your sternum down to meet the pelvic floor. Rib to hip. Now we're bringing the lats in. Yeah, when you bring that arm down, you squeeze your lats. Elevate the arm with your lat muscle. Bring it. Now let's see if we can do both. Inhale. Exhale. Keep lifting up that bottom on your exhales. It's going to naturally drop. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. And one more time. The bottom should now be tiring. And back. And bring your arms down by your side. Push your arms into the floor to lift a bit higher. Now take the tension out of the arms and put it into the bottom. Now you've got it. That's the position. Hold. Keep breathing into the ribs. And on your next exhale, we're going to come back down. Upper back. Belly in. Middle back. Lower back. And flick the tail up. Hands behind the head. Exhale. Chin to chest. Rib to hip. Pull that belly in, shoulders down, and release. Exhale 2. Elbows stay wide. It's not about the height, it's about your lower back into the floor, rib to hip. Let's do 2 more. Lift up the pelvic floor, bring your sternum down to meet it. And one more time, chin to chest, rib to hip. Let's see if you can bring the arms down by your sides. Yeah, shoulders down. Zip up. Now option hand behind the head. See if you can lift one arm up. Exhale down. Other arm. Rib to hip, everyone. Yeah, squeeze that imaginary ball in between your legs. Let's do 1 more on this side to finish. Just 2. Hands behind the hamstrings a little bit higher. That's where we want to go next time. And release. Well done. Take a moment. Okay, rectus abdominis. We're now going to come back to the shoulder bridge for the last time. So bring the arms down by your side. We're going to go back to the bottom. Exhale, tuck the tail under. Pull the belly in, and let's peel that spine off the floor. Now this time I want you just to think about your heels, how much they push into the floor. Just lift the toes off the floor for me. Now, the bottom should be doing more of the work now, yeah? It's the bottom. Take the toes to the floor and lift the heels off the floor. Now you should be feeling it more into the quads. And release. So it's a combination of heel and toe. If you're a quad dominant person, yeah, I need you just to think about lifting the toes up the floor a little bit, lift the toes off. That's what I often do because very dominant in the quads and not so dominant in the glutes. So we want to make sure you're driving into those heels, making sure the bottom is doing the majority of the work here. So we're stretching out the opposing muscle group, the hip flexors, and we're strengthening the opposing muscle group. Yeah, one has to work, one has to stretch. Good. So let's see if we can now lift one heel off the floor and release, and do the same with the other heel. Now by doing this, what you're doing is you're working the other glute a lot more. So you go from side to side and you're trying to keep those hips nice and still. Now let's stick to the right glute doing the work. Just lift the left heel off the floor. Just lift that left heel off the floor. Now you should hopefully now be beginning to feel the work in the right bottom cheek. That right glute is working a lot harder now. Yeah. Keep the hips up. Keep lifting on every exhale. Slowly release. Let's do the same with the right heel comes off the floor. Now we're going to work the left glute. If you're not feeling anything, it might be a lazy glute. It might be, there's a number of reasons for why the left glute might not be firing, or it might just be that it's stronger. So if you feel that nothing's happening, see if you can lift that right leg off the floor to 90 degrees. Can you feel it now? Great, yeah. So this might be your position. Otherwise, just the heel. But the hips don't drop and the hips don't move. And take that heel down to the floor now. Take a moment, and on your exhale, we're going to come back down through the spine again. Heel the spine down and flick the tail out. Nice. Okay, so we're going to take the right leg now over the left. We're just going to stretch out that right glute. So we're going to stretch that muscle here. We can bring the left hands underneath the hamstring to bring that left knee in towards your left shoulder. Now if this is uncomfortable for you and you're rounding through the upper back, you can simply take the right leg over the left and take both legs over to the left as you look to the right, and you're stretching it out here now, okay? Always an option. Otherwise, this is a more intense version, and it's just a lovely feeling here in that bottom. Let's switch the legs. Make sure there's no pressure on the knee. You want to go a little bit higher. If you can't go any higher, you may wish to go over into this stretch, yes. Otherwise, we're bringing the hands underneath the hamstring, collect the leg, bring it in, pull it in, but try and keep the shoulders relaxed and away from the ears. And the left knee is going out to the side as much as it can as the right knee pulls in. And release. Okay. Now I'd like you to bring both knees into your chest. We've warmed up the rectus abdominis. We're now going to combine the rectus abdominis work with the transverse abdominis work and leg work. Yeah, the whole core is going to work here. We're going to do the single leg stretch. Yeah, so I think you're ready now. Let's bring the chin to the chest, the ribs to the hips. And I want you to think about your nose and knees getting closer together, but don't yank the neck forward. Okay, we're looking down slightly. Yeah, back of the neck is long, the shoulders pulled away from your ears. Now in this position, your lower back's in the floor, and I want it to stay there. Belly pulled in, keep breathing into your ribs. Now place the hands around the right leg. I want you to stretch the left leg out. High, yeah. The lower you go, the more challenging on those lower abdominals. So keep it fairly high at the moment, yeah. And we're going to keep the leg down like this, yeah. Modified version. We're simply going to switch with the breath. Don't worry about where the legs are. This is a modified version. We're just going to focus here that you're lifting both legs off the floor, and when you switch, pull the belly in. Yeah, so the lower back's not working because your belly's pulled in, your sit bones are stuck in the floor, and you're coming up as high as you can with the rib to hip connection. Keep it out of the neck and the shoulders. I want these muscles working. Let's do two more. And last one, squeeze your throat muscle gently and bring both knees in and take your head and shoulders to the floor. Well done. There we go. So, modified version of the single leg stretch, and that's getting you beyond the tabletop, the one leg tabletop, which is good. So we're now going to come into the scissor. Again, I'm going to give you the intermediate version as opposed to the beginner that we've already done. Remember, the beginner scissor is this. Yeah, this is the modified version with your head and shoulders up. So if you prefer, you can always stick to this. And I want you to do 10 of those, 5 on each leg. You can always do 5 on one leg and 5 on the other with the other leg on the floor. Otherwise, I want you to extend the right leg up to the ceiling, pointed toe, and pull that leg up. Now drive your other leg away. And like we started off with our warm-up, chin to chest, rib to hip. Now you look down, there's a U shape now, yeah? The crown up to that leg, yeah? Belly pulls down, it's like a boat full of water. So keep the water in the boat, don't pop in that lower back. Now drive your other leg off the floor now with a pointed toe. This is the photo image of what you'd look like in the middle of a scissor. One leg driving up, the other leg driving away, and you can always keep the leg fairly high on that leg. Yeah, the lower that leg goes, the more challenging. Keep your sit bones stuck in the floor, keep your shoulders down, and pull that leg in from your lats. We're going to switch the legs. Now try and keep the legs straight, yeah? You can always go higher up the leg with those hands as long as your shoulders stay down. So don't go too low, keep your sit bones stuck in the floor, squeeze your throat muscle, keep the legs fairly high, don't go too low with that lower leg. Rib to hip connection, squeeze that plum in between your chin and your chest, shoulders into those back pockets will work those abs more. Let's do 4 more. And 3, working with the breath, and 2, and 1, and bring both knees in, and take your legs out into a full body stretch. The scissor, and that's the intermediate version, okay, so well done. Yes, great exercise for stretching out your hamstrings, for working your rectus abdominis, your neck flexor, the throat muscle. Now, we're going to come onto our fronts now. So, roll onto your bellies in a prone position, hands under forehead. We're going to start off today with doing our usual prone legs, which is where we pull the belly in, we tuck the tail under, we squeeze our glutes, and we drive one leg away, and we pull, we yank. Imagine someone pulling your toe away from your belly. And we release, we do the same with the other leg. Now, keep the legs straight. Squeeze your glutes. Yeah, pull your belly in, tuck the tail under, relax the neck and shoulders. You can either stay with single, otherwise keep the legs low and drive those toes to the back wall. Yeah, the hamstrings should be firing and the glutes are firing, and we're stretching out the anterior side of those legs. And release. Let's do that again. We exhale, pull, pull, pull. And we release. Well done. Okay, we're going to bring the arms out in front of us. Now, we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. And I want you to pull your belly in. To start with, keep the head looking down. And we're simply going to just stretch the left fingertip away from the right toe. Pull the belly in, tuck the tail under, and release. Let's do the same with the right finger, left toe. So imagine someone's getting hold of your fingers now, and they're driving those fingers forward and driving, someone's then pulling your left leg behind you. Pull the belly in, and release, and repeat. Exhale, you lengthen. When you need to inhale, you release. When you need to exhale, you stretch the other side. So the breath leading the movement. Now, there's a marble, an imaginary marble on your nose, and we brush the marble forward to get cervical alignment, which is the neck, yeah? So when you exhale, you brush the marble forward and you stretch the opposite finger away from the opposite toe. We're not flexing our neck, back of our neck, we're just lifting up through the chest. Other side. And when we lengthen and stretch, the other armpit muscle is stabilizing us, the lat muscle here on the other side. So when I exhale, this muscle here is doing the work to stabilize me, as well as my abs. Let's do one more on each side. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, pull the belly in, tuck the tail under to avoid the lower back doing the work, and release. Place your hands under your forehead and give your hips a little shake. And we're going to come onto our sides now. So onto one side facing me. Bring those left legs slightly forward at an angle, but your armpit is in line with your hip. Wonderful. So we're going to start off here. We're just going to lift that top leg. I want you to kick forward with that top leg. Keep the hand on the floor if you need to. And we exhale, and we point the toe, and we pull behind. We kick forward. And we point the toe, and we pull. Now tuck the tail under and avoid arching the lower back. But yeah, there's a rod going down here, all the way into the floor. Kicking forward, pull the toe, pull. Relax the neck and shoulders. Option hand on the floor, but push that bottom leg into the floor. Push the bottom leg in and see if you can balance. Now, we're going to come into bicycles. We're going to kick forward, hamstring stretch, bend the knee, and take that knee as far back as you can to get the quad stretch. Now, we exhale and we pull and extend the leg. Now it's a hip flexor stretch. We kick forward for hamstring. We bend the knee, we take the knee behind into a quad stretch, and then we extend and pull into hip flexor stretch. Here, yeah? Now let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale. One more, relax the neck and shoulders. Holding it here, getting a lovely stretch. And let's take that leg behind us and just come into a quad stretch. So we're just holding it here, tuck the tail under and push the foot into the hand. Get a lovely stretch here in that quad. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to bring that leg forward. Oh, so we're going to take that leg behind again. That's it. Then we're going to start in this position with an extended leg. Pull. Now, I want you to bend the knee, bring the leg forward and extend. Oh, point the toe, pull, all the way back. Bend the knee, but keep the knee back, yeah? Bring it forward and extend. Point the toe, pull. Tuck the tail under. Flex the knee. Hamstring stretch. Point the toe. Pull, hip flexor, hold every one because you can enjoy the quad stretch now. And then you come forward, bottom leg driving into the floor. Now flex the heel, kick. One more time, pull. Bend the knee, tuck the tail under to get the quad stretch. Bring it forward and down we come. Take that leg to the floor, well done. Let's go over to the other side. So bring the leg slightly forward at an angle, but the hips and the shoulders are in the same plane with the head, all right? So we're going to lift that top leg up, we're going to kick forward, and we point the toe, we pull. Keep that rod going all the way into the floor, so we're not going to take that top hip behind us. Tuck the tail under to get the glutes straight. If you put your hand on your bottom, when you go forward, you don't feel anything, but now, feel it now. See how it fires as we're stretching the opposing muscle group. Drive the bottom leg into the floor to relax the neck and shoulders. Let it do the work here, yeah? And let's do one more, and pull behind. Now, we're going to kick forward, bend the knee, take the knee behind, quad stretch into full hip flexor stretch. Kicking forward, so it's like a bicycle movement backwards. Relax shoulders. And try and keep those hips completely still. Relax. Pull the belly in. There should be a little gap between your lower back and the floor, so your waist and your floor. One more. Bend the knee. Pull. Tuck the tail under. Stretch. Take that knee behind. Lengthen. And let's get hold of that leg. Yeah, tuck the tail under, push the foot into the hand, drive the knee actively away from your hips. Can that heel come closer to your bottom now? Now let's go the other direction. All right, so we're going to keep that leg bent. We can extend it for a moment. Extend, bend the knee, come forward into hamstring stretch. Now flex the heel. Point the toe all the way back. Tuck the tail under, bend the knee, but keep the knee back. Bring it forward. Doesn't matter what your breath is doing, as long as there's a breath for each movement. One goes back, and when you come forward, there's another breath. So I'm inhaling back, and then I exhale forward. Let's do one more. Get some beautiful mobility into your hips here. And you're getting a nice stretch of those hamstrings. Take the leg back to the start position and down we come. Let's just come onto our backs for a moment and just stretch out those outer thighs. Take both legs over to one side and extend that top leg. And we kick in towards that other hand. The arms are at shoulder height with the palms facing up. And keep the leg low. And kick. So feel this in the outer thigh. Drag the heel away actively from the bottom. Now stack the knees together, then the knees come back with those abs. Let's go over to the other side. And we can kick that foot in towards the other hand. Keep both shoulders on the floor here. Relax in that area. Sorry, you've got an awful image of my sole of my foot. And bend the knees, come back to the center. And now let's just stretch out the inner thighs. So you might just want to stay here with your legs apart. Yeah, otherwise see if you can extend the knees. Ooh, and come into your ankle rotations. You can take the hands at the outer side to make sure the shoulders aren't rounding. And now hold the position with the heels driving actively away from the groin. Bring those legs up, bend the knees. Now let's see if we can roll up. Bring the chin to the chest, the ribs to the hips, rounding through the spine. Yeah, we pull the belly in, we keep looking down, and we bring ourselves up. Okay, yes, that's seated. Now, seated position. We're just going to take up your left arm. We're going to exhale over into side bend. Relax the neck and shoulders. We're just stretch out the lats here now, the sides of the body. We inhale and we exhale. Pull your belly in to restack the spine. Exhale. Let the head just drop. Elbow in line with the ear ideally, so you're getting a stretch into the front of the chest. And when you do this, you think, I want to increase the range from my elbow to my hips. And we come back. Let's take our left hand over our right knee and we're just going to look over that right shoulder, twisting at the waist. Yeah, the left waist. Let's come back to the center. Let's go over to the other side. Twisting at the right waist to come back to the center. Well done, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's session and look forward to seeing you again soon. Any questions, do let me know, but keep practicing, keep stretching. Bye-bye.